always had the ball in her hands. Everybody was playing off of her. She just commanded the whole game. I was like, who the hell is this? She is nice. It was like, oh, she's the best player in the country.
These WNBA players, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, who many are saying are the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA. Do you like that when you hear that?
I like it, and
Caitlin Clark has always controlled the game. The ball was always in her hands, and everyone else played off of her. She commanded the court like no one else. I remember thinking, who is this player? And someone told me, she's the best player in the country. Now, WNBA stars like Angel Reese are drawing comparisons between Caitlin Clark and NBA legends Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. How does she feel about that? She loves it, and frankly, so do we. NBA icons are losing their minds over this rookie. Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's got the basketball world buzzing. Kevin Garnett even compared her to Steph Curry. And here's the twist. She's not just playing in college or some random league, she's doing it in the WNBA.
Hey, if you ain't in the Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro. She gonna give you more than 10. She can shoot, and she got work, bro. Man, she can, right, she can win. What was she, matter of fact, what's she playing with, a women's ball? Women's ball?
Nah, she playing with the NBA ball. She can get 10.
She can still get money in them.
How is she? Pulling this off? Let's break it down. Clark has these basketball legends talking, and it's not just empty praise. These are some of the greatest players to ever hit the court.
This was the greatest performance I've ever seen in the NCAA tournament, girl or boy. I mean, the obvious answer is Caitlin Clark, but let me tell you something before I get to her. I was mesmerized by her. We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls. So of course, that made it like, oh, that gained my respect. She did it to some girls from LSU who we thought were some dogs.
Defending champs,
and put them on her knee and spanked them.
And they are stunned by her play. Kevin Garnett, known for being picky with comparisons, has gone as far as comparing Clark to Steph Curry. He said, if you're not in Steph Curry's shape, that's how she plays. That's high praise, but it's also a whole new level of respect.
You are. Yeah, but she's incredible. Congratulations to her and her family. Yeah. Like the crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal.
What sets Clark apart? Her shooting ability and skill are on par with Curry's. Her range extends beyond the half-court line, and her quick release mirrors Curry's. Garnett isn't the only one who's impressed. Paul Pierce, another NBA legend, watched Clark drop 41 points against LSU and was left speechless. He called it the greatest performance I've ever seen in the NCAA tournament, girl or boy. That's a bold statement from someone who has seen a lot of March Madness moments. Pierce was in awe of Clark's ability to dominate under pressure. She doesn't just score, she takes over games, making every possession count. Shaquille O'Neal, a legend known for his blunt opinions.
I mean, what she's done for the game the last couple of years, I mean, she is a shining star. She doesn't say a word. Yeah, she's never said a word about anybody. She just shows up and does her job.
Straight up called Caitlin Clark the best female collegiate player of all time. That's not just hype, that's history. What's got Shaq convinced? Clark dominated the Big Ten for 4 consecutive seasons, leading the conference in both scoring and assists. That's not just good, that's unprecedented. Kevin Durant, known for his scoring prowess,
I saw the performance. Like I said, 41, almost triple-double, yeah. He was shooting let that ball fly. I watched a little bit, but she got to go in the second half, so I didn't watch that. It's more Steph Curry, man. It's a woman, Steph Curry.
Also has high praise for Clark. He called her the best player in the country. Not just the best female player, but the best player, period. This is the kind of respect she commands. Clark entered the WNBA with sky-high expectations. When she walked onto the court, players immediately recognized her as the best in the country.
Right? We've played. We understand when someone gets too much power without earning it, it pisses people off naturally. Right? We've seen it with LeBron James.
In her first season in the WNBA, Clark has averaged 17 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Impressive stats for a rookie, but the WNBA is a whole different beast compared to college basketball, with tougher competition and more physical play. It's not an easy transition, but Clark is adapting quickly, proving she can hang with the best. NBA stars are watching closely, and they're impressed by how she's evolving her game. Charles Barkley, known for his strong opinions, isn't just impressed by her stats. He's blown away by her professionalism. He said, "She shows up, does her job, and doesn't say a word about anybody." Clark's work ethic is earning her the respect of NBA greats. But there's also the tough side. Clark is facing some rough play on the court that Barkley didn't expect, especially considering her star status. But not everyone agrees with Barkley. Reggie Miller, another NBA legend, thinks Clark is getting exactly what she signed up for. "This is the pro level," he says. "You can't expect a red carpet to be rolled out." Gilbert Arenas dropped an interesting truth bomb about Clark's rise. He explained that when someone gets too much power or recognition too quickly, it often causes resentment. Clark's sudden rise to fame has caused some to question her success. Are people upset that she's getting so much attention so fast? It's a tricky issue, but it's something that often comes with breaking new ground. LeBron James is also taking note of Clark's impact. He's not only impressed by her play, but by how she's elevating the entire WNBA. Clark's presence has led to the WNBA providing chartered flights for the first time in history. That's a game changer, not just in terms of comfort, but as a sign of respect for the league and its players. TV ratings are up, and crowds are growing. Clark is turning heads, and it's not just in basketball arenas. But can Clark keep this up? The physical toll of the pro game is real, and the mental pressure of being the face of the WNBA is intense. But Clark is handling it like a pro, embracing every challenge and pushing herself to be better. Her journey is compelling because she isn't just facing obstacles, she's meeting them head-on.
You claim you want the women's game to grow, and then you keep the most popular girl in women's basketball off the team. Sometimes you have to say, hey guys, this is bigger than the game, which it is. How do you grow internationally and domestically if you don't put her on the U.S. team? It just makes the most sense.
One of the most exciting rivalries in women's basketball right now is between Clark and Angel Reese. This matchup has brought fresh energy to the WNBA, with some even comparing it to the legendary NBA rivalry between Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. This isn't just about two talented players facing off. It's about creating moments that fans will talk about for years to come. But not everything about Clark's rise has been smooth. There's controversy over her exclusion from the Olympic team. Paul Pierce, for one, doesn't understand how you can leave the most popular player in women's basketball off the team. He's right. Clark's impact goes beyond her stats. Her presence is pushing the boundaries of what women's basketball can be. Lastly, there's Clark's fiery passion on the court. She's not just playing the game, she's living it. She shows raw emotion after big shots, celebrating her success and showing frustration when things don't go her way. For some, this is exactly what women's sports need. A player who isn't afraid to wear her heart on her sleeve. But not everyone agrees. Some critics think Clark needs to tone it down and act more professionally. It's a debate that female athletes have faced for years.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. She just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just unseen.
So what does all this mean for Clark's future in the WNBA? She's not just a player to watch. She's a player who's changing the game. Her range, her shooting, and her fearless play are bringing something new to the table every night. Her rivalry with Angel Reese is injecting new excitement into the league, and her exclusion from the Olympic team is sparking important conversations about the future of women's basketball. What's got all these NBA legends buzzing about Caitlin Clark? It's simple. She's not just good. She's changing the game. Her scoring ability is off the charts, her vision on the court is elite, and her impact goes far beyond basketball. Kevin Garnett's comparison to Steph Curry isn't just hype, it's a sign of what's to come. Caitlin Clark isn't just joining the WNBA, she's transforming it. This is just the beginning, and her journey is only getting started. Let us know in the comments below how you think Caitlin Clark will change the game. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on everything in women's basketball and beyond.